What is going on, guys? You know who it is. This is the one and only COD Father, CobydogGaming, bring you some competitive gaming, firing range, capture the flag. I go fucking ham, so we're going to be spectating me like we always do. Don't look at the theater mode stuff because I went ham. You don't need to see that stuff, guys. Okay. So, first thing I want to point out in this gameplay is, do you see that L Brave guy on the other team? Yeah, I once posted a commentary on a community channel talking about competitive gaming, and that L Brave guy said, "You don't know shit about competitive gaming. You were fucking," like, I can't remember what exactly he said, but basically he said I sucked at commentary, said I sucked at competitive gaming, and we played a few matches against these guys, and the only one we lost was the search and destroy match. So after this, I was like, "Hey, El Brave, do you remember me? My old gamer tag was XL Cobydog. You said I sucked at competitive gaming. Yeah, I just dropped 30 kills on your ass. Do I still suck?" And he never responded back, but after I said that, he kind of never talked again, and they left. So I'm thinking they were kind of jealous. So it was funny. So let's get into the actual commentary now. Now that I'm going into college, I figured that I'm gonna review my high school years, okay? Now, my high school years were fun, somewhat. At points, they were fun. But don't get me wrong, it could have been a hell of a lot better overall. But I'm just gonna go through year by year and talk, because that's what I love to do, is talk. Actually, I don't really like talking for some reason. I'm not that vocal a person, but when I'm online, I'm like, "Ah, you fucker suck!" And I'm vocal as hell, trust me. I am so vocal online, but in real life, I'm not really that vocal unless I'm with my friends. If I'm with a random group of people, I'll try to be funny, but it's usually a failed attempt at humor, and that doesn't go so well. So, let's start this shit off. Freshman year, I'm a little newbie in the high school life, like I'm about to be in the college life. I had no idea what the fuck was going on with high school. I was so confused. I was like, "Ooh, a locker," and shit like that, and blah 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 blah. I had my locker in the basement, and I don't even know how I knew that guy was there. I just had a hunch, threw a stun, got the flag cap, because I'm clutch like that, bitches. But back to freshman year. So my first class was like some history class. It wasn't honors. That was the only non-honors class that I took. Because I knew I sucked at history. History was definitely my worst fucking class. So I decided, hey, what the hell, I'll take non-honors. And I ended up with a whole bunch of black people and Hispanics. And some people that didn't even know how to speak fucking English. I'm like, what the hell? You know speaky to Ingly? Speaky de Ingly, damn it. I don't want to speak some fucking Mexican. It's like, cállate puto, ¿cómo estás, güey? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué vas a hacer today? And some shit like that. So, yeah, freshman year, I played volleyball. I know as soon as you guys hear the word volleyball coming out of my mouth, you're like, "Oh my god, he's gay." It's like, yeah, I'm definitely gay because I'm going out with a fucking cheerleader that's insanely hot. Yeah, definitely, sure, I'm gay. So I played volleyball, and then after volleyball was over, I tried out for the basketball team, made the basketball team, and that was the last year I ever played basketball. I don't know why. I played basketball all the times that I could. I was in traveling teams. I was on the middle school teams. I was a fucking boss at basketball up until, well, high school. I was still pretty much a boss. I was still pretty good. I just didn't try out again. I don't know why. It's just, it didn't really make sense to me. I guess I was too lazy. I didn't want to do all the work, but that's it for basketball. In my geometry class, there was a smoking hot sophomore. Remember, this is still my freshman year. There was a smoking ass hot sophomore, and we would hit on each other so much. Like, she sat behind me in geometry, and we had these rolling chairs. It was awesome. And so I remember one time she would like bring my rolling chair towards her with my or with her legs. She would bring the rolling chair towards me, or towards her, I mean. Sorry, my bad, I'm a little tired. I just woke up about half an hour ago, so I'm still waking up. So she would bring my chair towards her, and she would straddle me with her legs, and she was flexible as hell, because there was a fucking desk in between us, and she was still somehow straddling me. I'm like, holy shit. And then she would kiss her hand and put it on my cheek and be like, yeah, and she would tell everyone in the class that we just made out and shit like that. And then when I went to ask her to homecoming, she was like, "You know, Jake, I think you're cute, but I really don't want a boyfriend or anything at this time." It's like, really? What the fuck? You basically told the entire class we made out. You basically kissed my cheek. You've straddled me. You've been hitting on me non-fucking stop. What more do you fucking want? And so I was confused. I was like, And oh my god, there was this hot-ass chick next to me. Her name was what was her name? I can't remember her fucking name, but she was Polish. Oh my god, she was fucking fine as hell. That's all I gotta say. Polish chicks be fine as shit, cause she was hot. And I was actually more of a loner my freshman year. I didn't know many people, so I was hanging out with a bunch of random ass Mexicans. And one of those Mexicans actually turned out to be a really good friend of mine later in my life. But still, on to the story. So I was hanging out with them at lunch, and really I didn't hang out with many other people at lunch. And they weren't the greatest group of kids to hang out with, but still there were some people to hang out with, so I didn't feel like I was a loner, even though I was. I don't know what I was doing. I was kidding myself. I was acting as if I wasn't a loner freshman year, but I really was. So that's end of freshman year. No big shit. Let's move on to sophomore year. Sophomore year is when I met most of my current friends and the friends that I'm still friends with right now. So sophomore year was pretty good for me, and on top of meeting all my friends sophomore year, I got my Xbox. I got my motherfucking Xbox, guys. Like, the Xbox was the high point of my sophomore year. I was like, yeah, Xbox. I remember sitting in algebra class with my friend Mike. Was that my sophomore year? Yeah, that was my sophomore year. And I was like, yeah, what should I get, Xbox or PS3? And he's like, Xbox for sure. And so I started out playing Halo first. Like, I was a big Halo fan, and I got Call of Duty 4. But I also had Halo, but my friend Mike was on Halo. So I was like, you know what, Mike, teach me how to be good at Halo. Because I just got an Xbox. I was a fucking idiot when it came to Xboxes. I didn't even know how the fuck to turn it on. I'm like, what the hell? And so shit like that. And so let's see. I actually wrote down some shit that I was going to talk about. Met most of my current friends, did that. History class, I don't want to talk about that. Oh yeah, my sophomore year, we had a foreign exchange student. My mom decided, hey, let's get a foreign exchange student this year. His name was Nick. He was from Brazil. He was pretty cool, but we pissed each other off. He was like a brother, and we actually got into a fight one time, and I was scrawny. But sophomore year was before I started working out and everything, so I was scrawny as hell. I mean, I'm skinny now, but I actually have muscle on me now. Before, I didn't used to have muscle on me. So it's like, what the hell? And look at that clutch, baby. Get this clutch flag. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, sophomore year was before I started to work out. And so I, like, got into a fight with the foreign exchange student. And he didn't even swing back. Like, I was an idiot. I was like, if you guys could see me, it was just embarrassing, okay? I was scrawny as hell. I didn't start working out until late my sophomore year. That's when I started getting buff and sexy. So that's about it. Went to driver's school, got my license, and in the summer I actually got a car, and it was like, yeah, I got a car, I'm unstoppable now, bitch. And I remember the first day that I got my car, I was only supposed to be driving one other person in the car, and I had the car packed. I had like 4 fucking people in there. It's like, yeah, let's go to the movies and Buffalo Wild Wings and shit like that. So I'm actually lucky that I did not get pulled over. It was some good times. But let's go to junior year. I took my first AP class in junior year. And for those of you that don't know what an AP class is, it's basically a college class in high school. You can earn credit for it, and then you take a test at the end of the year to decide whether you earn college credit or not for it. Your test is scored on a 1 through 5 basis, 5 being the best, 1 being worst. You pass. If you get a 3 or above, you pass. And I got a 2 on one and a 1 on the other. And that's kind of embarrassing that I got a 1, considering that that's the lowest score you can fucking get. But junior year, in all honesty, I cannot remember much from junior year except for going to Buffalo Wild Wings every fucking week with my friends. Like, we went every damn week, and I had their blazing wings, which is the hottest one there. And it's like, oh damn, I remember one time I had 9 fucking blazing wings. I was sweating balls, and it was not a fun time on the toilet that day. What else? Oh yeah, and then the Mexican friend, the Mexican that later became a really good friend of mine, he spilled Coke on my fucking lap one time because the tables were like uneven, and we actually got the waitress to get him a fucking like kitty cup to put his soda in because he spilled. It was so fucking funny. We're like, you know what, this guy needs a kitty cup. Can you get him one, ma'am? And she's like, yeah, no problem. And she actually brought out a kitty cup. It was hilarious. Okay, so that's it for junior year. I got a job the summer of junior year, going into senior year. So let's go to senior year now, bitches, with a minute left to talk. Got the job. I met my girlfriend, and I can't even remember about other girls that I had in other classes besides for that Jacqueline chick, but oh well. So I had my girlfriend in all of my last classes of the year. The first one was human anatomy. I remember at point she was like, yeah, she would like be untying my shoes because I'd be pushing her desk away. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just trying to get you naked. You got to get the shoes off first to be able to get the pants off." And I'm like, "Oh, baby, hell yeah, this is how we do it." That was some fun times. And I did college applications. Didn't apply to Madison just because I didn't feel like it. But I got into the college that I'm going to now, University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. It's the second best public college in Wisconsin. And it's a fucking boss, so I'm going to be going there in a few weeks. Got the AP test, shit like that. Passed them both. And yeah, that's how we do. That's how we do, ladies. So please like, comment, and sub for me going 30-13. And LeBraves dropping a 16-9. Thinking he's some good shit. Adios, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.